Today's a sad day. I lost faith in humanity a little more today. Now, I've never really had that much faith in humanity because I've met a lot of you. But today, what little faith there was left was shaken to its core. What you might be thinking is that this has something to do with the actually just straight up ridiculous Bitcoin Cash rally yesterday. But no, it's something far more sinister than that. What I am talking about is a poll that I put up on Twitter yesterday. A poll which asked, let's say you agree with someone to trade a set amount of cryptocurrency at a set price. What is an acceptable amount of time after officially agreeing to a deal to unilaterally cancel it because you no longer want to trade? So as an example, let's say that I wanted to trade and buy 1 Bitcoin for someone. We looked up the current price of Bitcoin. At that moment, it was $4,700. We agreed to $4,700. At what point could either person cancel the trade after it's agreed to make this transaction? Your options are you can't cancel it, a few minutes, a few hours, or a day or two. And what straight up blew my goddamn mind was that over half of people think that there is any time frame that is acceptable to unilaterally cancel this trade. Ridiculous. What even further blew my mind was that there were so many people that thought if you could get a little better price on the deal, it's okay to screw over the guy you made an agreement with because you're making more money. Obviously. What is wrong with you people? A deal is a deal. And maybe this is me coming from the world of gambling where your name is your word, is your bond, or whatever however the saying goes. The point is this: if you agree to a trade with someone at set price, you both say agree, that deal is on. It's not on if you couldn't make more money elsewhere. It's just whack. I bring this subject up because there was a trade between Donnie Crypto and another person where Donnie agreed to trade a shitcoin at a set price. They both said KK, like, let's do it, okay. And then a few minutes later decided to not make the trade. And so you might be thinking, Doug, what's the big deal? Okay, it was a few minutes, or maybe it's just one trade, or it's one guy. Who cares? What's the big deal? You know, a couple people lose a few bucks here and there to a couple scams. It's all good. It's not all good, okay? And this is maybe what I've been fighting for in my career in poker and in crypto more than almost anything I've done, which is I always want to make sure that as a community, we try and embrace doing the right thing and we shun doing the wrong thing, which screws people over. And especially in cryptocurrency, I think it's important that we honor these trades. For some reason, there's a downright baffling amount of people that think, hey, if it makes me more money to do something else, fuck you and our agreement because I'm going to get paid, bitch. And that is not acceptable. Maybe in this early phase of an industry, and I imagine most of the people that have this type of opinion are probably not the ones trading, but to respectable, upstanding people within the community, you know that this is not something that's going to be tolerated. This is a black and white issue. If you agree to a trade at a set price, that is binding. It doesn't matter if you can make more money doing something else. If you think you might make more money doing something else, do that and don't make agreements with people. You know, this is more than important. It's goddamn fundamental. What do we stand for? Who are we? What is this all about? Do you think this is a game?
Yeah.
This isn't a fucking game.
What?
This is all that some of us have. Maybe they should have some other things too, but it's all that they've got. Do you think that these people would have friends without cryptocurrency? No shot. We need crypto. We need Bitcoin. I mean, what would this guy spend all of his time talking about if we didn't have Bitcoin? It pains me to think. This is about more than making an extra dollar on a transaction. This is about integrity for some of us. Some of us. I'd say some of us. Integrity. And thick or thin, we have to stick this out. Well, we kind of in the like, you know, kind of just like as like a metaphor because I've kind of been taking a break, but you know, as like a group, you know, I think Data Dash still did some video. I wasn't watching, but we gotta stick together. Us. We can't just decide to talk about Bitcoin because it's up a lot in the last day or two. Oh, fuck. So in conclusion, a deal is a deal. And it's important that we hold ourselves to a higher standard, because if we're all just selling out, doing whatever it takes to make a quick buck, we won't help Bitcoin grow to what it can one day be. Moving on to our next story. Have I mentioned that Coin Central has fantastic information across a variety of topics happening in the world of cryptocurrency? That's right, Coin Central has articles on all of the different major cryptocurrencies so you can understand them better, and also news pieces on what's happening day to day. If you like information about cryptocurrency, this is one site you gotta check out. Our own Coin Central. Next up, let's talk about this total garbage from Bloomberg, because it's funny. I woke up and saw this article from Bloomberg on what caused the recent Bitcoin price surge. It says, April Fools, traders chase another unexplainable Bitcoin rally. April Fool's joke may have been the trigger for cryptocurrency rally. I'm going to help you guys decipher when we see titles like this. So whenever you see kind of ridiculous headline and then the words may have been, you can kind of get rid of those, and you can just put in did not. It works pretty consistently. It's sort of similar how on YouTube, if a video ends with a question mark, it also just means the answer is no. Let me give you a few examples from the Superman channel. Are we being fucked over? No. Could it be? Probably not. Is the Bitcoin bottom in? Oh, this just says no. Well, there you have it. Game over? Well, being that that was 20 videos ago, probably not. Is something major happening in crypto from 5 months ago? Well, being on what happened over the last 5 months, kind of. Hard to tell. Anyway, they brought on an expert to talk about this. Let's go ahead and see what he had to say.
Is it possible that, as a lot of people on Twitter have been saying, this was an April Fool's joke, that the SEC had approved a Bitcoin ETF, and that's what really pushed this through in Chinese trading this morning?
April Fool's Day kind of put everybody in a good mood. There was an article, which was a joke article. The SEC had approved the Bitcoin ETF. That article came out about 18 hours before the pump happened. I don't think that that's what would have caused such a massive move.
You got to love the twist on this. You take someone saying that it probably wasn't, but basically this guy really thinks that it was not, but doesn't want to say for sure because no one knows for sure. And they turn that into, well, if it probably wasn't, then it could be. We're going with that. But Bitcoin's not all dicey maneuvers and shady media coverage. We've actually had some nice gains across the board with most of the top cryptocurrencies, if not all of the top ones over the last few days. So this is a nice change of pace. In fact, my investment of Riot with an $11 average cost basis has never looked sweeter. Well, except for before I bought it, but that's not really the point. Maybe things are starting to turn around, though. Maybe we've seen the worst. You know, we've seen several months of some consistency and now a big breakout. Maybe we're not headed back down into despair. I can't do despair anymore. It's too dark. Will we see Bitcoin get back to the 5K level? Will we see some of the major altcoins start to surge too? Will we see some new players out of the market? Will we see maybe some crazy ICOs pop off? I don't know about you guys, but I kind of hope we do, because despite the fact that when things are going down, we're losing money, it's also just a lot more fun when things are going up. We see more personalities emerge. You know, everyone can't be like Rhett. People can't be just popping off the next scam coin just every day, no matter what. They usually do it during the positive cycles. I mean, you do kind of have to give it up to Rhett. The man's consistent. Now, I'm not hoping for more people to get scammed like what happened before, but I am hoping for some new faces, some new debates. I'm tired of having the same old arguments that we've had for years. I want some fresh material. And I think if we keep seeing these types of rises, we might just get it. Before we call it a day, I just want to let you guys know what I'm up to. I've been kind of working on some health stuff lately. I've been working out and dieting and all that good stuff. I've actually been making some great progress in the last year that I'm pretty happy with. Still have a little bit to go. And so that's kind of been more of my focus with my time and energy. So I do want to stop by and make a video every now and then. I don't want to make any more promises on what I'll make, because frankly, I don't know if I'm going to be able to keep them. And additionally, I'm planning on going on a pretty long trip in a few weeks here. So I'm going to make videos as I want to make them, as I have inspiration. You know, I got really fired up over this Twitter poll, which I'm still just flabbergasted. So I'll be in and out. I'll be around, you know, but if you want more daily content, plenty of other great options here on YouTube. Hope you guys want to stick by and see some of my future content. All right, thanks again, guys, for joining us today. I'll see you again soon. Peace.